my green light. I'm sorry, I can't take you, ain't getting all that. Look like yo, like we gon' do this regardless. And I started from the bottom just like you, but I was hard. I came up the soldiers. Shout out to my father. He made sure I make it farther. My trust in God. I might swerve in that corner. Whoa, whoa. Hold on tight, cause I tweaking this. Let go. And I heard that she wanna show me who she be. I'm kinda with it, show me some more. We tatted head to toe, give a story road. You wanna tweak, get up with me and I'ma show you how that go. Like the money in my pockets blue. Whoa, they having combos about me, these don't know. With my evil twin, all black hoodies, we hit the streets again. He don't like attention, he'll tweak and get the with your is fat, we drove the whole way in a demon. He'll pop out, won't think twice and make you Greek to Is you sure you wanna meet that? If I see ill intentions, we'll make sure you get the always out there with the whole being some rocket shit. Pull up to the scene, my best advice is to hide your the lies all on your faces, cause your eyes will twitch. The black ski mask all on our faces be disguising. I'm my with your baby, you wanna cry? Rest my against a waist, I got some potterly. She my bitch, not my apology. I might sorry, no enemies. You rap with me, then rap with me. But I'ma keep it real, she lost respect when you said follow me. I might swerve in that corner, whoa. Let it go. And I heard that she wanna show me who she be. I'm kinda with it, show me some more. We tag head to toe again.
And as the Lakers entered the building, there was a fierce look in their eye. Welcome, everyone, to a new season of the... And it's opening night. Great to be here with you, Clark.
Always great to be with you as well, B.A. And this is perhaps my favorite night of the year when you talk about the NBA opening night. So much excitement, so much anticipation, and we know the rest of the season will deliver.
And a look at the starters for Charlotte. Smith out there with Walker. Then it's Steven Adams. And it's Dumars in at the shooting guard position.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Now here's Johnson. Pass to Ewing. Here's Abdul-Rahim. Outside Johnson. Launches it. Hits the trifecta.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it. A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you've got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
First free throw is good. And we're joined now by Shams Charania. He's calling in with a story. Good to have you, Shams. What's going on?
Thanks. And this summer saw the passing of Laker legend, three-time Basketball Hall of Famer, the Logo, Jerry West, an all-star every year of his outstanding playing career before going on to have such a successful career as a coach and as an executive. Guys, this league will bear his imprint forever. Jerry West will be missed.
An all-time great. Okay, Shams, thank you. Now here's May. Pass to Abdul-Rahim. Now here's Johnson. There's a screen. This one for three. Adams grabs the miss. And it's the Hornets ball. Smith outside. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
And there's the length of Smith at work. Playing big on the interior.
Allen, the pass to Johnson. Allen a screen. From the high post. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
To the inside. Tries again. Walker's shot is off.
Might like a do-over there. Quality look inside.
Johnson passes to Ewing. Back to Johnson. bucket 5. Oh, he used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. Pass to Heinrich. Walker for 3. Knocks down the triple. Walker's gotten his second bucket on the night.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Johnson passes to Ewing. And the foul on Steven Adams. That's his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. To the left wing. Here's Flynn. Beverly defending. Flynn, the pass to Splitter. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
Terrific accuracy on that pass. That's how you lead your teammate.
Here's Moore. Allen defending. Here's Moore. Shoots over Allen. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. Charlotte on top. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from Charlotte?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Now here's Nembhard. And the basket by Splitter. Brad, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue. But in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe. Be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
And for Charlotte, Lakers trail by 4. Here's Flynn. Yet to see a basket. Inside. Here's Bay. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
And such a gritty player. I like how Bay pays the D, no mind, on the way up.
Well, with the Hornets, they're still seeking their first NBA title, Clark.
Yep, and you think about all the talent that's come through the Queen City, B.A. Playoff success has eluded them. I mean, hopefully it's just a matter of time before their fans have something to cheer about.
I'll tell you what, they are on fire this quarter, taking total command of this game.
Now, I don't know if this field goal percentage is sustainable, but if they can stay close to what they've done in shooting the ball, they'll run away with this one.
Yeah, what a dish from Bay. Kept his eyes up the floor and found an open teammate.
We've got 1:23 left in the second. Beyond the arc. And it's Diaw missing. The Lakers trail. To the paint. Here's Flynn. Knocks it loose. Charlotte has gone 3 of 4 from distance in this game. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. B.A.?
Business as usual, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Nembhard. Still without a bucket. And the basket by Splitter.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Here's Moore. Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
And look at Smith making the heads-up play. Rolling into open position right on cue.
Now here's Bay. with 1 on the clock. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Charlotte on top. They're up by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Hey folks, welcome. The Lakers wrap up the first half in what's been a closely contested game so far.
The bench has stepped up to where I could see a couple of those guys closing out this game.
Yeah, we'll see how the second half goes, but they may have earned that right, given the way they came in and changed things.
Taking a peek now at the upcoming schedule.
Check it out, Los Angeles. You really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big changes, and then you have subtle changes. Everything in preparation for this moment.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. And the Lakers with possession here. It's a three-point game. Next up on the schedule, the Clippers. That'll be a home game. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor. We've got Sadiq Bey, and it's Ewing in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Here's Abdul-Rahim, and good work on the boards as they picked up the second chance points.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Pass to Allen. Back to Johnson. Down low. Adams with the ball. And Johnson picks him up defensively. Here's Walker. It's rebounded by Abdul-Rahim. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles. They trail by 1. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drive.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
Here's Dumars. Pass to Smith. Takes one from 10 feet. Counted. Smith's got 8. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the third quarter. Outside Johnson. Here's Abdul-Rahim, covered by Smith. Shot is up. And once again, off the mark by Los Angeles. Hornets leading by 3. Here's Dumars. Pass to Heinrich. Smith with a screen on Johnson. On the take. The rebound by Allen. The Lakers have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Here's Abdul-Rahim, covered by Smith. From 12 feet. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. Allen's got his first 2 points.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Here's Heinrich, covered by Johnson. Heinrich passes to Dumars. Smith with a screen on Allen. And that one's good, Dumars.
Well, the defense allowed that one. He had a clear path to the cup.
Shot clock and game clock, 1 second differential. Up top, Johnson. To the middle. Here's Ewing, 6 to shoot, and he's on the money with his first shot today.
You have to appreciate guys who can work the mid-range area. It's clearly how you keep defenses honest.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I mean, with this combination of size and touch, he's a real threat from mid-range.
3 quarters of play and a close one here. Hornets out in front. They lead by 1. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist to the game.
And from the 2-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
Okay, fans.
We've reached the 4th quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. On the floor for Charlotte. Walker out there with Smith. Then it's Steven Adams. And it's Dumars in at the 2.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Walker. Good on both. Lakers trail by 3. Bay outside. Here's Ewing. Allen outside. Pass to Ewing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. The shot by Johnson, no good.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Heinrich with the bucket.
In crunch time, trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
The Lakers shooting a nice 50% for the game. Johnson passes to Ewing. Outside Johnson. It's rebounded by Heinrich. Hornets leading by 5. Now Adams. Heinrich passes to Dumars. Pass to Ewing. Over Adams. It's rebounded by Heinrich.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Great opportunity. Just couldn't complete the play.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second. That's all it took.
Here's Ewing. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
They allowed him to establish deep position. Just can't do that.
Exactly. I mean, once he's got the ball in that area, the battle's already lost.
Here's Dumars. Allen defending. Smith with a screen on Allen. Yes!
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Los Angeles.
Timeout.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the T.O. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what J.J. Redick was going over with his team. He emphasized staying sharp the rest of the way, saying turnovers will kill us. We can close this gap if we take care of the ball. Don't try and overdo it. Let's send it back to you guys, Brian.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second team.
43 seconds left in the 4th. Pass to Dumars. Smith left side. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Outside Johnson. Goes up from the block. Bay from long range. It's rebounded by Charlotte. And so it's Charlotte winning this one. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did.
Cheese, man. Wanna feature me, man. Get my phone like I know, man. Saying Tigo, we gon' pay your fee, man. You know I can't do this for free, man. Understood. Got a bag on you, I can do it. Otherwise.
And both teams going through their pregame rituals, getting loose. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season event. Here we are early in the NBA season, and teams focus on situational awareness. Doris, what have you noticed so far this season?
Yeah, Kev, these situations are really all about execution, right? Are players poised in late clock situations? First of all, do they recognize where the shot clock is? Can they adeptly and quickly read defenses? So those are some of the things I'm watching for.
Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Tyreek Evans out there with Teague. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Corbin in at the small forward. Now here's Evans. Here's Corbin. Pass to Klein. And there it is for him.
They're going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
And this is why you get the ball into his hands. Let him establish the pace and rhythm of the game.
Now in the later stages of his career, Greg, DeMar DeRozan continues to be a master from the mid-range.
Kevin, we all know he loves that area of the floor. And what makes him so effective, the football. He's so good at backing guys down, creating space to get that jumper off. And what you get with Parsons, an excellent feel for the game. Versatile offensively. They would like to see him get to the line a little bit more.
And the second free throw, good. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so different.
Well, this is where over time, Darren Collison has gone from a decent threat from beyond the arc to a lethal one.
To the middle. Here's Klein. The layup missed. For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Shots good from Butler. Butler's got his second basket of the night.
This guy making his presence felt. Jimmy Butler, the ultimate competitor.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Well, earlier I spoke with Rick Carlisle. Now the concern tonight is the relentless nature of DeMar DeRozan. Coach said no matter what you throw at him, he finds his way to work around it. Sometimes it's with the shot, sometimes it's with the pass. Either way, he'll get you. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David. They set the pick. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Evans. With this pause in the action, let's show you the teams that have scored the most points in the league last season. Number 1, the Pacers.
Yeah, number 1 in the league in terms of points per game a season ago. They play as a team, just really unselfish in terms of their brand of basketball.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Nick Richards, he's checked in for Concat. Robert Covington comes in for Taj Gibson. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Taurean Prince. Halliburton subbed in for Jimmy Butler. Now here's Collison. 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field. Mavericks trail by 4. Here's Gamble. Bull, a screen on Covington. Three-pointer. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Pacers up 4. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, we've got Hampton. Chandler Parsons out there at Bowl. And it's Gamble in at the 3. Well, Greg, we saw in the 2024 regular season that these Pacers actually led the NBA in assists.
Averaging over 30 assists a game. Now, that's ball movement. These Pacers really trust one another and love to share the load offensively.
Here's Kittle. He's covered by Halliburton. They get the rebound. Bull, and he hits it to tie the game up. Bull's got his first basket.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive play?
Master Covington. Gibson against Bull. Fires from 14, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter, and they take the lead. Kittles has got the lead up to 2 now for the Mavs.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Now Webb. Pass to Gibson. Back to Webb. 6 on the shot clock. Gibson setting a pick for Halliburton. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
And that's how you have to defend him out there on the three-point line. Played him perfectly.
And Doris, when you look at Aaron Nesmith, he is someone that has accepted readily more responsibility over time.
There's no question, Kevin, and what I love is he didn't let not playing early in his career affect his outlook. In fact, it almost added an edge and spurred him to incredible improvement. He's an excellent defensive player. He's worked hard to become a three-point shooter. It's somebody defenses must now account for from range. Love the work put in.
Pass to Gamble. Parsons outside. Here's Kittle. He's covered by Halliburton. And the basket by Hampton.
Oh, great ball movement there.
36 seconds left to play here in the half. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Halliburton passes to Gibson, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Gibson's got his first points of the night.
Great chemistry between two teammates. Love the passing.
Here's Gamble, guarded by Korver. Here's Gamble, 6 to shoot. Bull, a screen on Korver. Driving to the basket. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Mavericks have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. And he sinks the second. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Mavericks lead by 4. It's time now to go court. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
You can't win playing passive at the offensive end. I mean, how many times did we see him at the free throw line?
Practically. All right, guys. And that about wraps it.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we're seeing from Darren Collison.
And, you know, not always the guy that you would expect to be making the big plays, but so far tonight, he has delivered.
Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
Konkak is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Torian Prince. And it's Collison in at the point guard position. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. Big block there in this close game.
Here's Evans, and he comes up with the deuce. Evans has got the first basket of the third quarter for the Mavs.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Prince outside. Collison finds Gibson. Here's Konkak. Outside Collison. Gibson setting a pick for Collison. Buries it from three-point range. Collison's got 8 points.
Boy, you can see the range that Darren Collison has added to his game. There is no fear from deep.
And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. But giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls, they've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. Jalen Green has shown he's capable of carrying a team offensively. He said, it feels good knowing that my teammates believe in me to do that. I've had to learn a lot of things to grow, but that's what I work for. I want to be one of those guys that you give the ball to in crunch time. Kevin, I always want to give the mic to you in crunch time. Back to you.
David, you are an unselfish playmaker, and I appreciate that. By the way, Green can be electric and so fun to watch. Hey, D.A., thanks. Collison against Teague. Pass to Gibson. Indiana moving the ball around. Now, here's Collison. Gibson with the screen on Teague. Back to Gibson. Here's Butler, and there's the foul that goes on Jimmy Butler. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Some changes for Indiana. Robert Covington's checked in for Gibson. Korver comes in for Prince. And Halliburton subbed in for Jimmy Butler. Here's Kittles. He's covered by Collison. And that one, good.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Konkak. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. There's 21 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Kittle. He's covered by Collison. Pass to Klein. Here's Kittle. He's covered by Collison. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been terrific. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this way?
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Teague out there with Evans. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Klein in at center. Inside. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Evans has got the lead back up to 7 now for Dallas. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Hard earned by Butler.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Here's Klein. Takes it out to Parsons. Teague deciding where to go with it. Drains the three-pointer. And the Mavericks lead by 8.
Jeff Teague, such a seasoned veteran. He knows exactly what to do when the defense is playing them in the pick and roll.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. Now, he's not happy with the perimeter defense. He told them we have to hustle more out to the three-point line because they look real comfortable out there now. I want you contesting every three they put up. We'll see if that intensity increases on D, guys.
Okay, David, thanks.
Jimmy Butler, 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Boy, at his best, Jimmy Butler is a versatile scorer inside and outside. But what I will most remember him for, his competitive toughness.
He hits both from the stripe.
The lead's not looking as comfortable after those free throws. Nice job.
Mavericks leading by 6. Now here's Teague, and he drives in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Teague's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Indiana, they're working against the clock right now. Right side, Butler. Over Evans. Hits the front of the rim and out. Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. To the paint. Here's Teague. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons. And now it's a 10-point Dallas lead.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Parsons against Gibson. Here's Butler. Look at the attack of Butler in the lane.
We are talking about an elite scorer. Jimmy Butler right now has every aspect of his game working.
And here is Teague. Evans outside. Pass to Corbin. Teague kicks to Evans. Launches from deep. The rebound by Gibson. Not sure the miracle, Greg, is on hand here tonight for them.
Well, they need one. They're gonna play it until the final whistle.
First personal foul. Second team foul. 2 shots. Jimmy Butler.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7. And so Butler nails both of them. Here's Evans. And an intentional foul right there.
Jimmy Butler. Third personal foul. First team foul.
Now the Mavericks with it, and he commits the intentional foul.
Darren Collison. First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Mavericks, Jeff T. taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Timeout called the Pacers. They're behind by 8. Guys, what do you think?
And a little late to implement a plan B. This game is a wrap.
Well, I think he might just want to remind these guys, hey, let's finish the game the right way.
And so it's Dallas winning this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was much appreciated, David. That concludes the first game of...
That girl got something new. Oh, something too.
Boy. Crazy man on deck, crazy man thing. Signal. To be frank, I've paid my dues. All I want is to win, win. Make nobody see me finish. Out there with my...
At the power forward position, standing 6 foot.
It's that time of the year, everyone. Opening night for these two teams in this new NBA season.
And we've been waiting all summer, BA, to kick this thing off. So much excitement, so much hope, so much possibility. I'm sure both of these teams are going to come out with a lot of jitters and nervous energy, but we're going to settle in. We're going to see the highest level of play right in front of us. It's time for the NBA to get it started.
And the Cleveland starting 5. They've got Ricky Rubio, Zeke Naji out there with Anthony, and it's Abaji in at the 2. First one falls for him.
And you like how open Stewart has been to evolving his skill set, doing more to space the floor, experimenting with his shot, and trying to modernize his approach as a big to the game.
Stewart hits them both. And Grant, for the Cavs to take that next step in terms of contending, what do you think has to happen?
Well, number one, enhancing their ability to put pressure on the rim. When you look at their rate of free throws and offensive rebounds, there's big room for improvement.
Now here's Anthony. Fades back. Uses the glass that time. It's good.
A Melo special right there, playing in the mid-range. It's pretty much been his home his entire career.
Ivy outside. Back to Murray. Pass to Bosch. The 3-ball. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors.
And they were the odds-on favorite in this matchup last year, but actually lost the season series.
Here's Naji. Here's Abaji.
2 minutes left in the first.
5 to shoot, and there's a pick. There's the 3. The rebound by Bosch. To the inside, Stewart, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Here's Naji. Pass to Anthony. Here's Gill. Here's Abaji. Ivy defends. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. Anthony with a bucket.
Hey, when he's hitting that shot, it really helps the spacing for this team.
Yeah, no question. When he is connecting from those kind of spots on the floor, it is just a huge boost for what they can do offensively.
The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Abaji, the pass to Rubio. 50 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Najee. The rebound by Stewart. The Raptors have gone 1 for 3 so far. Vassell against Anthony. Now Ivy. Picked by Stewart. With the floater. Ivy's shot is off. And here's Rubio. Anthony outside. Fires for 3. That shot off. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Cavaliers ahead, up 1. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at the Cavs' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
The Cavaliers leading after years of competing for championships and winning one. Toronto is suddenly in a rebuild phase, Brent.
Yeah, they had a familiar roster for many years, and then last couple of years a little bit underperforming, trying to find some guys to stabilize where their franchise is going. It's a bit of a reset in Toronto.
They've got Cunningham. He's out there with Tari Eason. And it's Knight in at the center position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Eason. Grant, would you say the Raptors are in the process of starting over?
You know, I certainly don't think that's the wrong thing to call it, B.A. Coaching changes, some big trades. They're shuffling things around and trying to start building something new.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
A shaking his head moment there. Had a chance to put them out in front, but at least they're tied up.
Here's Sessions. Clock at 6. Pass to Perkins. Rebound Toronto.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Ball pass to Knight. To the paint. Here's Cunningham. Always a nice way to start. Takes his first one.
The screen doesn't earn him a ton of breathing room. Turns out he doesn't need it.
And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Different look for Cleveland. Najee comes in for Gill, and Anthony subbed in for LaRavia. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Here's Sessions. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Quickly with the ball. Anthony outside. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to quickly. Here's Sessions. Fires from deep. The Cavaliers again cannot hit. Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the postseason since 1998. But this group of Cavaliers are making their own history now.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
The Raptors are still developing. Coach Darko Rajakovic said we're focusing on offensive execution and player development. It's about what we need to do night in and night out, regardless of the opponent. As we grow, we'll teach more schemes for opponent preparation. BA, step by step.
Yeah, it's a process, Allie. Thank you. That free throw, no good.
Melo's still bringing the passion to the floor. No matter what's going on around, he's still going to be a gamer.
He hits the second from the line. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Outside Murray. Back to Ivy. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Oh, rocketing off the floor. Ivy using all of his athletic ability on the jam.
Vassell against Anthony. There's 47 seconds left in the first half of this game. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. Anthony's got 8 points.
Well, lots of years of service from Melo and a great play there with the contact.
Pass to Stewart. Here's Bosch. No points so far. On the wing, Vassell. Here's Stewart. Gill grabs the board.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Rubio looking around. Pass to Anthony. Shoots over Vassell. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Toronto out in front, up by 4. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Over at Little Caesars Arena, the Pistons will face off against the Timberwolves. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And in our game with the Raptors, a close, entertaining first half.
We often talk about efficiency on offense.
That's it for us.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Boy, you got to like what Carmelo Anthony has done in this game.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
This is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Setting the floor for the Cavaliers. We've got Zeke Naji. Ricky Rubio is out there with Anthony. And it's Gill in at the power forward spot. Here's Bosch. Albaji with a rebound. Cavaliers trail by 4. Anthony outside. And Anthony slams it in.
Melo showing that he's still got it down there, gets enough space to get up and get to the rim.
And so here is Toronto. Next up, they'll take on the Rockets at Toyota Center. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Now here's Vassell. Still no points. Back to Ivy. Picked by Stewart. And it's Ivy penetrating. That one goes. Count it. And the the Raptors lead by 4.
Look at the IQ. Such a smart play for a young player. Ivy executed the pick perfectly.
And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players.
Trying anything now to get them out of this slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
All right, now that we have a second, let's take a look at which teams cashed in on the fast break last year. Toronto, number 1.
If this team had a chance to push it last season, they did. The best fast break team in the league.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Outside Rubio, throws it up high, and Anthony slams it in.
The great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments. Pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
.133 left in the third quarter. Out to the wing. Stewart, the pass to Bosch. Murray against Rubio. Murray deciding where to go with it. Just 4 to shoot. From deep three-point land. And the Raptors get it back. Stewart, no good.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Abaji can't hit. For Toronto, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Down low. Here's Bosch. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Bosch has gotten his first points in this one. And here's Rubio. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. 4-point game. Pass to Abaji. They set the screen from the arc. Toronto grabs the miss. 32 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Ivy passes to Vassell. Murray up top. Here's Bosch. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
Defensive foul. First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for 1.
The Cavaliers trail by 7.
The smart play. Wait and take the final shot.
Yeah, every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
They set the pick. Here's Rubio. Nails it from 3. Rubio's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there. And we've reached the end of the third. Raptors out in front, up by 4. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. They've got Jaden Ivey, also Jamal Murray out there, Devin Vassell out there with Isaiah Stewart, and it's Bosch in at the 4 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. The Cavaliers trail by 4. Here's Anthony. Oh, he drains it. His 6th make and 9 tries so far.
Instead of risking something on the perimeter, he just works it inside.
And no reason to settle in that situation. If they're going to give that up, he's going to take all of it.
Now here's Murray. Stewart, a screen on Rubio. Here's Murray. Uses the glass on the layup. And the Raptors lead by 4.
We've seen Murray raise his game. Part of it is an increase in toughness, the ability to score when it's not simple.
Anthony misses. The Raptors shooting around 44%. Not bad. Murray passes to Ivey. Inside. Here's Bosch. Soft touch off the glass.
Yeah, what a feed from Ivey. These are the type of passes you love seeing from him.
And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I did listen in on Kenny Atkinson's huddle. He was very upbeat and positive, saying to his guys, let's go. I want you guys to up the pace. Look to push the ball up the floor whenever you can. They cannot stop us in transition. Let's see how the team responds. Guys?
As always, Allie, thank you.
In a tight one like this, you have to trust in his ability.
All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Toronto.
They've been all about high percentage looks in this game, working the ball inside and doing whatever it takes to get it to go.
And the other thing about their game tonight that they've done a terrific job of is just moving the basketball around. That's how you rack up assists.
And Anthony, no good on that one. Toronto leading by 4. And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Here's Bosch. From 11 feet away. He's off on that one. The pass to Rubio, and the layup is good off the glass. And now it's just a 2-point Raptor lead.
This has always been a bit of an issue. Ricky Rubio, his finishing ability on the inside, gets it done that time.
Here's Bosch, and he sinks it.
Now that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
Now I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Anthony against Vassell. Floats one up. The rebound by Stewart. And he commits the intentional foul. Trying here to put the game out of reach.
And that's why it's important to play this one smart.
Stewart. And finished off by Stewart.
And teammates more and more looking for plays from Murray like that.
And here's Rubio. He'll bring it up for Cleveland. They trail by 6. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. 26 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. And so they foul intentionally.
Second team foul. At the line for Toronto. Jamal Murray taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And Jamal Murray sort of carrying the flag for Canada and all the great players who have infiltrated the league over the past couple seasons. He is a bucket getter.
So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point ball game. And Cleveland has possession. Three-pointer, Anthony. The rebound by Stewart. There's a chance of their lead hitting double digits here.
And that really would put them in control.
So the Raptors winning. A competitive game. You have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really fed off the energy. You saw their activity level go up. Just a tremendous performance.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Allie LaForte.
If that's what it takes me. The day that you play me, it be the same day me and Jennifer Lopez announced. Yeah, having some twins, there's 2 in the bag. You want the fame, but you wouldn't last. The difference between me and you is you trash. I'm really 100, you're doing too bad. Look, if I'm at a 10, then you like a 2. If you was a 10, then I'd be 200 divided by 2. I'm too good at math. Look, they got me started, I'm back on my again shit. I thought about for practice, like I've been auditioning. Cut it off when she started a bigger one. Cut it. They use when they open the business and cut the red ribbon with. I'm ignorant. Too many times I told these stop playing with me, go play with your kids. I don't want to hear no opinions from people who still got dreams of making it big. I don't really care about what you would do if you had this bread or the things you would get. If you was me, you wouldn't work this hard. You don't know how long I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting on this. Devil in the booth, I'm sitting on this. Don't touch the stove, I'm begging on this. I'm Freddie, I'm Mike, I'm Chucky, I'm Jason on this. You shaking on this, got some for hating on this. Look, all my celebrity crushes I already. Be mad cause I did it already. I told them make sure to my dinner already. And I did it all and you could tell me. Boy, what I wanted, you could give me. Got plenty of Benjis, but now it's more money, more problems. I should've listened to Biggie. And this type of living is not for beginners. You kinda losers do not make. Try to be cool, but I'm not for the. I got the rock paper. I keep it like rock paper scissors. I made the choice, it was not their decision. I'm not gonna listen to rappers who sound like broke records, but no, you did not. I'm highly offended. Only way you gonna get to where you wanna be, you gotta. Even if you made it to the bottom of the pit and try to climb it to the top, you know I probably. Always wonder how I'm feeling, and I tell them that I feel like I gotta pay the. If the want me, she gotta be attending. If she's sending me selfies, I gotta be joining. Too many times I told these stop playing with me. I don't want to hear no opinions from people who still got dreams of making it big. I don't really care about what you would do if you had this bread or the things you would get. If you was me, you wouldn't work this hard. You don't know how long I've been waiting on this. Wait, I've been waiting on this. Devil in the booth, I'm sitting on this. Don't touch the stove, I'm begging on this. I'm Freddie, I'm Mike, I'm